Coach Gross, 1 week down, a fall camp. What have you seen so far out of your team?
Well, you get they're pushing through the grind. I mean, you hit walls as you go, and you got to build the tolerance up, like we talked about when we started. You got to build calluses to it and get used to it. But the grind does get monotonous. You look for ways to fight the monotony, and we do a pretty good job of that, switching our days up and kind of what we're doing. And the guys right now, what I've seen with this team's really good. Just leadership-wise, is pushing through that and making the most every day, even though we're getting a little tired, leg dead, and dehydrating practice. They're pushing right on through it. This is it's a tough game. That's the reason everybody don't play it, and you got to have some mental and physical toughness to make it through it. But I feel like we're doing a good job of building that, and you build that tolerance up to it during camp. It kind of takes you through the year, but you build that baseline, and we're getting close. I'm proud of where we're at right now.
You mentioned the dog days, and you mentioned guys fighting through it. I've seen several instances. We've talked about experience, seen several instances where some of those older guys have taken their groups or whatever and said, hey, come on, guys, let's go, and pushing them through. How important is that this time of the year?
I think it's huge. You can't put a value on, just the older leadership. My guy that's been through it before, and he's freshman. It's kind of like I tell him, you feel like you're drinking, water through a fire hose, type deal. But they're doing a pretty good job with it too. I see they've been a good group so far, and learning what's going on and fighting through it, because they hadn't done this much football. It's football 24/7, and they have to get used to it.
A couple more days, and then they'll be able to have a day to get their legs under them. What do you look for the rest of this week?
Well, I mean, just continue progressing. I mean, all those things are a must we just talked about, but you got to get where your execution's a little better on offense, and you're not blowing assignments, and getting better special teams wise, which we devote a lot of time to. And we're punting and kicking the ball really well right now, but you got to make sure your coverage units are really ready to go, and in return as well. So we got a lot of things we got to clean up and get better at.